Morning guys, so a bit of an earlier stream today as I didn't get any streaming done yesterday. Yeah, obviously I'm going to crack on and try and get as much done as I can today. Right, so I think, let's just turn that off. Yeah, everything should be working this morning. My speakers are working so I can have music. My main mic is working, so that should sound better than it did yesterday or the day before. Yeah. So obviously this is where we left it off with the obviously upside down bit. So yeah, morning guys. Yeah, obviously again I haven't done anything to this off camera. This is obviously what we did in the other live stream, which was basically getting some of the basics of the bottom bit done. Again, I'm going to come back to this and put more goo over it to get more curves and more roundness in it. But yeah, we're going to flip it over and do the other side. Again, obviously you're going to be doing lots of filming and stuff. Morning, Winter Mute. Hope you're well. Yeah, so as this is a bit of a quicker or earlier live stream, I doubt there'll be many people on for a while. Just because everyone kind of thinks I come on at 9 o'clock, which I obviously normally do. So I had no school run this morning, so I could basically get up, get everything ready, and make a start straight away, really. Morning Darren, hope you're well. Alright. Although I just flipped it over to get it on its this side because basically I want to film it of me flipping it over. But basically when I flip it over it hits everything. It's the microphone, it's the lights, there's just no room. But we'll have a go. Let's see if I go forward this time. Might be better. There we go. Managed to not hit anything. And then I'm going to show the camera that it's these sections we're working on. And then basically, I made a panel last night, which will go like that. Cool. Yeah, so anything I have done that was off camera, made some more panels. So I made a variety of panels. Obviously, there's going to be one flat one here, one flat one there. And then I've got a few spare panels just to do the back. Obviously the bit that comes out, there's bits that can go down and then across. So I've got some more of these kind of panels that I can cut up just to sort of fill in all the bits and pieces really. So yeah, that's what we planned today, or this morning, is to get both, obviously these sides covered, obviously all framed in, the back box bit done, and then if I can, I want to get some more done to the wing, because obviously it's meant to like curve sort of downwards. Well, it curves down into where the wing goes up. So yeah, I'm going to try and get some sprue goo on that as well. Again, we'll see how far I get, because I haven't got a whole lot of sprue goo, because I did loads last night, and I put the sprues, like cut up sprues in acetone last night, but my other jar hasn't quite fully dissolved. Basically, I was doing this to about 11:30 last night, really, or the panels anyway. So yes, I used up pretty much what I had in one jar to make 2 of these and about 4 other panels. So yeah, we'll see how far we get. All good. Morning, Mad Eye. This time for streaming is sadistic. I'll still have a sleep. Yeah, again, so it's only because obviously I haven't got to do the school run this morning, so I can start that a little bit earlier. And for me in the UK, mornings or midday is a lot easier to stream than evenings, to be honest. Because generally, by the time it comes to an evening, I just feel really tired from whatever I've done during the day. And I just want to chill. So yeah, mornings are kind of easier. I apologise if that doesn't sort of obviously suit your schedule. It just is so much easier for me to do streams in the morning. Anyway, it's a quick shout out to whoever else is here. Hexide2, good morning. Skylar, morning. I missed some of the streams. What we're going to do with this when it's all done. It might be going out the window. Wolfenstone, morning. You're not done a school run yet. And NG Anthony, what a project it is. I must admit, it's big. It's big, but I'm pleased with how it's coming on. And again, I don't put myself under any kind of pressure by saying I've got to get this done by like 2 weeks from now or whatever. I just basically I build it as I go, just doing bits here and there, and I enjoy it. Obviously, that's the main thing with this hobby, enjoying the build. Obviously, you want it to be built so you can sort of show it off, display it or whatever, but obviously the hobby is, the making is the fun bit. So that's why I never sort of rush myself to make something. I never set deadlines to make something. I just make it as and when, really. So, yeah. Tom 1984, morning to you. Coffee time. Yeah, let's say it's 8:30, well 8:27 in the UK. So, got the panels. Obviously, they did these last night, so they're still soft, which in a way is kind of nice because it means if I have made any mistakes, I can bend this a little bit or cut it really easy. Obviously, quite holy. Again, obviously, these are the new panels that I make where I get the sprue and basically just sort of put the goo in between all the bits on the sprue, just because obviously it's a nice 4 or 5mm thick, which makes it obviously extra strong and sturdy. Obviously, this side is a very sort of bumpy, animal, scaly looking side. This side's generally a bit smoother, but obviously it does have holes. Where the acetone was obviously in there, the acetone evaporates and leaves little potholes here and there, but that's fine, so this is going to get covered. Right, let's crack on a little bit. It's like I want to try and get both these sort of engine bits done and some of the wing done today. Usual thing, sort of hold this in place while it takes 20 seconds for the glue to dry. Yeah, again, it's very chilly in the UK. It's grey outside. It's not. I don't think it's raining, but it's very grey and dark. Well, fairly dark and cold. So I've got all the windows open, and I know the glue that I use in the cold, it just takes a lot longer to dry. But I say I need the windows open because I like the fresh air, and obviously using the glue and the sprue goo, you do need to have good ventilation just so get plenty of fresh air coming in, basically. Right. What I'll do is I'll glue the other one as well, because then that's going to be ready for when I'm doing the rest of the stuff. Yeah, so I made quite a few panels last night. But that's why I used up quite a lot of my sprue goo, which is why I've only got the sort of jar, and there's a little jar as well. But we'll get it done as much as I can. Yeah, it must be that way. So yeah, I hope you guys are all well. Wednesday today, isn't it? Halfway through the week. So I just lose track of days. I'll get this done, then we'll have a little look-see who's here, and I'll do another little shout out of all the new names that I've just seen pop up. Right, yeah, we'll hold that for a little bit. Right, so who has turned up that I've not mentioned? Winter Mute, I'm not sure. Basically, I'm just saying morning to everyone. So morning, Winter Mute, Darren, Mad Eye Miniatures, Hexide 2, Skylar Morford. I think that's it, isn't it? Jonathan Davis and Lodies. Yeah, Jonathan, it is huge. Yeah, so anyone who hasn't heard me say before, basically what it was, obviously I hadn't heard of this spaceship before. And someone put a comment on one of my videos saying, why don't I build one of these? And I went and had a look. So I didn't know what it was, so I went and had a little look. I thought, oh, that looks lovely. Nice sort of sleek design, lovely little curves. And yeah, I like spaceships. So yeah, I said, oh yeah, I'll build one of them, and I built it out of sprues. But then doing the old reference pictures, looking at loads of different pictures to get sort of different angles of this, that's when I then saw one where someone was holding one. And it was like, wow, that's bigger than I thought. I don't know how big I thought it was in my head, but it wasn't as big as it actually is. So yeah, so normally I don't make big things. That's kind of why my channel is called Miniature Hobbyist, because I want to make, well, obviously miniatures, but smaller things. So yeah, this is like a large miniature, isn't it? Really? So obviously it's still to scale. It's just big. So yes, I think if I'd seen someone holding one of these first, I possibly wouldn't have said, yeah, I'm going to build it. Or I might have said, I'm going to build it half scale. And I'm kind of glad I am building it to scale now, though, just because it's going to be the biggest thing I've ever built. That's for sure. And yeah, it's nice to sort of do something that's not out of my comfort zone, because I don't really have a comfort zone. I just build anything. But it's nice to build something that's a little bit different from the norm. And obviously the size of this certainly is different from the norm. Right. What was I going to do first? I think what I'll do is I'm going to work from the front, work my way around. I'm now going to like work on one engine first, and then I can do the other one obviously exactly the same way. Box of sprue bits. Yeah, so say this wing is going to kind of like need to be packed out a bit more, because the gap that goes along there is going to be the same. So what I'm going to need to do is get a sprue. Obviously cut off all the nibbly knobbly bits, but then have it so it sort of goes there as my reference for how much of a slope it needs to do, which isn't too much more down here, to be honest. Yeah, not too bad. Right, so we'll just cut off some nibbly knobbly bits. Haven't said that for a while. And then we'll get this glued on. Yeah, it's good to have all you guys here. So I've started a bit earlier than normal. Purely because I didn't have to do a school run this morning, so I could just sort of like jump straight on. Yeah, this is where space becomes an issue. Again, unfortunately, like a lot of other sort of YouTubers out there that make stuff, a lot of them work in their garages or workshop, or basically a bigger room. And obviously a lot of them work on like a big table and then have room around it. Whereas all I've got is a small L-shaped table or desk that I work at. So yes, a room. I don't have a lot of room basically. Especially when you get something this big on your desk, there's just not a lot of room for anything else. Yeah, good old eyeballing. I say, because this is a case of getting the rough shapes first and then I'm going to cover it in a sprue goo. That's why I think you can eyeball this one up quite well. Mainly because obviously when I put things in, if they're a little bit out, it doesn't matter, because when I come to do the sprue goo over the top, that'll sort of correct any small little errors there might be. Morning, Cyber Matt. Apologies again, guys. If you're asking me a question, because I don't always read all the comments, just because some of them go up too quick. Yeah, any questions that are directed at me, or you want me to answer anything, or well, say hi or whatever. If you can put @miniature hobbyist in your comment, just because it comes up on my screen as a nice big orange sort of bar, and makes it easier to read. Because I did just see a question. Ahmad Armentures, my question is, will this just be a manta or a looted manta? I haven't got a clue what a looted manta is. Again, up until about 3 weeks ago, just basically, I started this about 4 days after someone put a comment about making one. I started this, and before that, I didn't know what a Tau Manta was. So yeah, a looted manta, I haven't got a clue what that is. So I can't really answer. Go down a bit lower. Let's go about there. Morning, Elric. I hope you're well. Yeah, so it's good to see so many people on. Obviously, this early, but obviously early in the UK. But where you guys are, it could be well, any time of the day, really, couldn't it? Yeah, I think that'll do. I think what I might do is, rather than a bit of glue, I'm going to put a bit of sprue glue or sprue goo in there. Doesn't need much. Matt, are you thinking ahead about paint schemes? Yeah, I'm keeping this simple. The paint scheme on this is it's going to be primed in black, and then I'm just going to go over a bit of light dry brushing in silver. Yeah, I'm not going to do any fancy paint work or yeah, basically it's going to be completely black with highlights of silver, just so it's got like a metallic sort of sheen look to it. Oh, I see what you mean by looted now. Yeah, acquired by orcs and customised. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, when you said looted, you actually meant looted. Yeah. No. I mean, to be honest, what I could do if it's going to be taken over by orcs is leave it as it is. Don't smooth it down. Don't sand it. Leave it as rough as a badger's backside. Just because it kind of shows that the orcs haven't really taken any care of it and basically have bashed it about a lot. But no, it's not going to be a looted one. It's going to be a nice, clean, sort of sleek looking one. Yeah, I think. Because I thought I was going to have to put some panels in, but I am. If anything, I think some of these areas are too high. But say I'm going to get like a small little sander. So I'm going to do some of this by hand, but initially I want to go over the whole thing with like one of these little sanders. But yeah, I'm thinking this bit could be too high for that bit. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, I think what I might actually do though is get my glasses and my mask and my gloves. Oh no, we'll put this panel on the side. But yeah, because I want to sort of fill in some of this area with sprue goo, basically. Yeah, I build orcs a lot. Yeah. Well, that's why I like the idea of making this, but making it look smooth and sleek rather than like an orc vehicle. Just because I always make things and they always look rough and ready, which I don't mind because I kind of like that, and say it suits the orcs. But I really wanted this to look like a Tau Manta and be smooth and smooth and sleek. Rightio, there's my mask and my gloves at the ready. Yeah, as I say, I made several panels like this, just so these are going to be cut up and used for obviously parts at the back, basically. just obviously these are much thicker and firmer than my normal panels, which are sort of like ultra thin. So yeah, so these, I mean, basically these panels are like panels with a framework inside, because obviously that's pretty much what they are. So it does make these a lot stronger and a lot better. Obviously, so if you missed how I made the main bulk of this, it's made up of panels like this, but bigger. And that's why this is so strong and sturdy, and I can basically stand on this and it doesn't break. And I'm quite hefty, so if it can take my weight, it can take pretty much anyone's weight. So what we'll do is we're going to cut this up to fit there. Am I looking for a pen? Yeah. Again, usual sort of thing, eyeballing it and just offering it up and then marking lines. Again, don't need to be too neat, too precise with all this stuff. Needs to fit, obviously, but yeah, don't need to spend a lot of time measuring and all that kind of stuff. I'll do that actually. Cool. Morning, Alan. Yeah, I popped on that a little bit earlier today, just because I didn't have a school run. So I thought I'd get on, get cracking, because obviously, yeah, I didn't do one yesterday. Go. Oh, it's a bit too snug. Right. A little bit more off. Oh, I say if I've got the camera so you get a good shot at the top of my head. So I'm going to cut this with scissors. Because obviously the sprue goo bit you can cut with scissors. It's just obviously the rest of the sprues a bit thicker, but not too bad actually. Oh, there's mess on my desk already. Let's get that straight in the bin. Chop off the back bit. Cool. Yeah, so say anyways, just joined. My plan this morning is to get both these back sort of engines, thrusters, whatever they are, completed. Do a bit more on the wing just to level that out, and then tomorrow I might do the centre bits that go on here, or the other little bits and bobs, and basically sort of finish it off all the back. So obviously the engine's come out further than the bottom bit, and this has got a few funny bits on it as well. Yeah, it's kind of like little boxes and bits and pieces. So yeah, should hopefully get them bits done tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, that's why by the end of this week, I am, even though I know I didn't do anything yesterday, I'm still optimistic. By the end of this week, I can get pretty much most of this top done, and then start going over the whole thing with sprue goo, which probably take a few days because I can only make up so much goo. But yeah, again, let's see how it goes. But I'm kind of thinking in my head this might be done in about 2 weeks, I reckon. Just because I think it's going to take me quite a while, when I have got this all built and made, quite a while to sand it down. And I don't think I'd be able to do it in one day. Well, I wouldn't want to spend a whole day sanding, because obviously it'd be a bit tiring and boring. So even the sanding might sort of take place over several days. But we'll see. I'd say I'm not even thinking about that bit yet. Whenever I do a project, I always think about whatever stage I'm kind of on. And obviously the stage I'm on today is just doing the thrusters. Yes, filming, that's what I need to remember doing. Filming. Right, let's get some sprue goo on here and sort of tidy up the front looking bit. Again, I've got a couple of like reference photos on my screen, so that's why if I keep looking over there, it's because I'm looking at reference pictures. So again, while this is going to be fairly accurate to the Forge World one, obviously it won't be sort of like within millimetres of the real one, because a lot of it is me eyeballing pictures, trying to take reference sort of sizes of things. But yeah, unless I actually had one physically here, and then I could measure every little bit. So as much as this is going to be pretty much like a real one, and it's certainly the same width and length and height. Them bits are exactly the same. Any little bits might be a little bit sort of inaccurate, but not by much. Yeah. Right. Yeah, let's get my mask on, so I'm going to have the sprue goo out for a bit. So. I've got a big bottle and a little bottle. Yeah, not be too bad. think what I will do, say this bit does seem quite high up. I can have a go at sanding this down afterwards, but I think because it's high up, it's going to affect how I try and make the other bits sort of go down. So I'm going to have a little look, see if I can scrape this off. Problem is though, obviously this was done, I don't know, about a week ago. So this is obviously the sprue goo, but it is solid. So that's why this thing, once this is built, it's got a layer of sprue goo over the whole thing. It's almost like putting concrete over this. When the sprue goo goes back to hardness, obviously it's solid plastic. So you imagine like 3, 4, well, that's about 10 mil thick plastic. It is solid. It's rock hard, which is great because once this is made, I reckon I could throw this out the window and it won't break. But also means when I want to try and cut bits off, it's going to be a mare because obviously I'm going to try and use a blade. Because I know a sander probably would get it down. But say, just for me to try and get that sort of like the angle coming down, this bit's going to be in the way. So yeah, don't try this at home, kids. If you see one of my fingers fly off, someone call an ambulance. Oh, saying that, it's not cutting too bad actually. Still just a little fraction high, so we'll take a bit more off. Just when you think you've done enough, I think I need to take more off. Andre, can't hear you as I'm at work. Congrats on 50k. Cheers, buddy, even though you can't hear me. So, Andre, cheers. clear up this mess, and then we'll get back to doing a bit of sprue gooing. I can't stand mess on my desk. Much better, although yeah, I can live with that. Yeah, more sprue goo, just sort of level this off, tidy up around there. Then I'll do the same to the other side, and then we'll do the backside on both of them at the same time. So yeah, because this is symmetrical, again, I'm really trying to be conscious that even though this isn't exactly like obviously the Forge World one, as in some of the sizes might be off, I am trying to make one side identical to the other side. Well, yeah, just so it looks neat and identical, really. So I'm not sure how much sprue goo I've got. So I might only be able to get one side done, I'm not sure.
so what I'm doing now, this sprue has been in this jar for about a week or more. So when you scoop it out, it's quite firm. So this is like a sort of a normal soft sort of plasticine. This one was only done a day ago, so this one is more like syrup. It's a lot thinner and runnier. They're both dry, obviously exactly the same. So yeah, this one's a bit more gloopy. So it should be easier to sort of like smooth out. Well, that's my plan anyway. Doesn't look too bad. Uh-oh. Yes, I'm just looking at the reference pictures again, because the fronts of these is kind of like angled down. So I might actually be able to use. Yeah, chop this in half.
we go. It's not too bad. There's a bit more. It needs more goo on it to obviously get more of the shape. But like I always say, you can't put too much on at once, otherwise it will just sag right off. So do a little bit at a time. I might go on to the other side actually and do what I've done to this side on the other side, and then I can come back to this side because it'll be a bit more firmer. But yeah, pleased with that. So this is the same sort of thing now to this side really. Put the panel that goes there. Obviously the other side I had originally started to level out, whereas this one's got a lot of leveling to do. So what I'll probably do is, what I did with the other side is got one of the thinner panels and then had that up there and then angled it down. So that's what I'm going to do with this side. Ooh. Just so it looks the same as the other side really. Yeah, morning to anyone new that's turned up. Obviously, I haven't really been reading the comments much because obviously, when I get into doing this, obviously I'll try and concentrate on what I'm doing. But yeah, morning to anyone new that's just sort of popped on. Hope you're all well. Yeah. Again, so if you have got any questions that are directed at me, if you can put @miniature hobbyist in the comment, it just highlights it on my screen and it lets me know you're talking to me. Good thing is, obviously, still got more of that panel from the other side that I chopped up, so I'll use that here. I think I'll actually measure this one just because it's obviously I'm measuring from the top, but it's quite a big old gap. It's only about 12. Bob Brown, good day from, is that Tarmore? New South Wales, isn't it? Australia. 8:10 in the evening. So you've had your Wednesday. You're already halfway through the week. That is cool. So here we are in the UK, just starting our Wednesday, and yours is almost up. Let's ignore that. Looks more like Big Bertha. Certainly big something. So I'll do some scissors. Measure twice, cut once. Well, say normally that is what I do, but again, because in my head I'm just thinking, get the rough shape and then cover it in goo. I'm kind of thinking, nah, offer things up, eyeball it, cut once. If you do it wrong, get another piece, cut that one, and just keep cutting until you get one right. Which isn't normally how I work, but I'm kind of I'm enjoying the freedom of eyeballing it and not being too precise. It's kind of uplifting, reinvigorating. That doesn't sound right either. Revitalizing. I don't know. I'm making words up now. But yeah, it feels nice, not measuring properly and just eyeballing and cutting. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, get another piece. No one needs to know I cut that wrong. Right, if in doubt, just slap glue everywhere. Right. Let's hold that. Although generally this is where my gloves get stuck to a bit of glue, and then I just they break obviously apart. Robin Douse, good morning from the UK. Yeah, you're right, Jonathan. Yeah, basically anything that's I mean, obviously some of the smaller bits I don't, but yeah, things like that I'll keep because that could be useful somewhere along the line. So yeah, it all gets used somewhere. Okay. So say we'll have a go working out the slope on this side. So obviously it kind of matches the slope on the other side. So for this I am actually going to measure because obviously I want to try and get it the same. Where's my tape? Oh, there it is. 16, which is handy. Drop my lid. Right. 16 is about there, which is good because about halfway. And 16. Cool. Lost my lid. Oh no, there it is. So I can grab it with my foot. Although the only problem, guys, I've got no food. I've got no biscuits. I've got nothing. Oh no, I might have crisps actually. Although crisps are like my least favourite thing to eat. Obviously, I get them in the house for the kids, so they're my last go-to sort of bit of food. If I'm really hungry and there's nothing else in, then I'll eat the crisps. So a little bit of a tidy up again. But yeah, I do like to have my chocolate digestive biscuits are my favourite, just to have a few snack on them. The thing is, I like stale biscuits, so whenever I get a packet of biscuits, the first thing I do is open them up, put them in like a plastic container, but don't put the lid on, just leave them there. And I love biscuits when they're like 2-3 days old, just because they go nice and soft, but they seem to take on a bit of a different taste, and whatever it is, I just love it. But the problem is, it's difficult for me to have biscuits in the house sitting there for 2-3 days. So they don't normally last that long. They normally last about 3-4 hours, and then I start nibbling. Right, there we go. Tidy desk, clean area. Right, so let's see. What did I do last time? I got some sprue. I was going to put a bit of sprue on the other side actually, because this one is bugging me that I need to. Basically, there's a bit of a divot going in, and it needs to be like obviously level. And it's been on my mind for ages, and I keep thinking about filling it in, and I keep not filling it in. So I'm going to fill that in. Oh, let's get the other side done, because I can fill it all in together. Instead of putting the mask on for that, but I want to fill that gap in. So yeah, what I did last time, or on the other side. So this is the problem. When there's so much on my desk, I can't see stuff. That's why, again, I like working in a nice, clean environment, clean desk. Everything's got its own place. Everything lives in its own place. So I use it, put it back, use it, put it back. So I know where things are. But when I'm, obviously, because of this thing so big, it's taken up too much of my room. So all my stuff is higgledy-piggledy. And it's like, where is it? Where is stuff? I just don't like it. I like my desk to be very tidy, very neat, very organised. But hey ho. See, the thing I'm suffering to go through to build this for you guys, just me to throw it out a window. Hey, well, I could always ask Squidmar if he wants to buy it off me. Yeah, everyone let Squidmar know that this is for sale once it's built, because he knows I'm building one. Yeah, if he wants to buy it, he can buy it. He's got the money. Right, so I think what I did last time was just basically have it like that. How far forward? That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Jonathan thinking it's time for cereal. Yeah, cheers, buddy. Cheers, Jonathan. Yeah, I've got no cereal either. I've got nothing. I've got literally. Yeah, last night I finished off with peanut butter. There's like a little bit left in the jar, but I had no bread, so I couldn't do a peanut butter sandwich or peanut butter on toast. So I just basically had the peanut butter out of the jar. So because I've got a small flat, I can't buy much food. And as I've kind of mentioned before, the kitchen's obviously right behind me. When you can see the back wall of the kitchen, it literally is. It's a 5-foot square kitchen. You walk in, you stand still, and you can reach all the counters. But out of about 4 cupboards in my kitchen, only one of them's got food. The other 3 have items to do with model making and silicone rubbers and epoxy resins and all kinds of other odds and ends. So I haven't got much food in. Plus the fridge I've got is one of those like half-size fridges, because that goes underneath the counter. So again, I can't get much in the fridge. The freezer is one of those real small little boxes, so again, can't get much in there. So I generally do quite a few small little shops. But obviously that means there are times where I kind of obviously run out of food. So today is obviously a shop day, but it currently means I've got nothing in the house. Yeah, to the extent, I think all I have got is some crisps. And I say, I only eat crisps at a push because, well, I'm just not fussed on crisps. Plus my favourite ones are Quavers, but I never get Quavers because I don't think the kids like the Quavers ones. So it's normally just the Walkers kind of ones. So yeah, don't keep talking about food. So I've got to have a good biscuit, yeah. And I finally got around to joining Discord, posted a couple of bits. Awesome. Again, guys, I really must apologise. I don't go on Discord much. I know I should, because obviously it's kind of like my Discord channel. But I rarely get on there. I mean, basically what it is I want to say time, but you can always make time for things. I just don't have because basically, if I'm not working on this or working on something for the channel, I'm working on weddings. Because I'm a wedding photographer, so that's kind of how I earn my money. Obviously, it's been a bit tricky the last year and a half, like everyone else. And then obviously family time. So yeah, I don't get enough time to go on there. And when I do go on there, I go on like once in a blue moon. So I don't know, once a month I go on there, do 20 minutes. I'll scroll through lots of stuff. But yeah, I should be on there more. So apologies that I'm not on there much. But go join Discord, because there are a lot of people on there a lot of time. I'm not sure even how many people are on there now. I think the last time I looked it was about 270. So might be more, might be less. I'm not sure. Discount Manta only $1,000. I would sell this for $1,000. So I mean, basically, so far, obviously, materials that obviously all the sprues have been sent by you guys, so that's obviously not cost me anything, which is awesome. So cheers for that. I think I've got some turned up today. It should be, hope so, because I am running low. Glue-wise, I've probably only spent about £6 on glue. Again, another lovely chap. I think he's on, Steve. I haven't seen his name pop up, but yeah, a lovely guy called Steve has sent me loads of glue. As well as loads of black primer, which is awesome as well. Because this is going to be sprayed black and then silver dry brushing on it. So yeah, lovely guy called Steve has sent me some glue and sand and paper. He sent me loads of sand and paper, bless him. Because this is going to need a lot of sanding afterwards. So yeah, so obviously he sent me quite a lot of stuff that I'm using. The only thing I've really had to spend money on is acetone. And I think I've spent £40 so far, but I've got loads here. So it's not like I've spent £40 and used £40. I've spent £40 but only used about £20 so far, I think, in acetone. So yeah, so my total cost for this might only be about 50-60 quid by the time I'm done. Obviously quite a lot of hours, but in actual physical money to me, I think it's going to be about 60 quid. So yeah, so if I could sell this for £1,000, I'd be happy. But yeah, what I'm going to do, basically, when this is nearly done, I've set up an eBay account. I don't use eBay. I've set an eBay account up, so when I have got this made, I am going to put it on eBay, and then when I do the video for this to sort of say, well, to show how it's been built, at the end of the video I will say, go and click on eBay if you want to buy it, basically. So yeah, I'm going to set a reserve for it, but then if it doesn't hit the reserve, then I'm going to do a video of me throwing this out the window, just to see how well it lands or how well it bounces or breaks. Anyway, that's a long way off. What was I going to do? Panels. Yeah, I need another framework going downwards, and then we can get a panel. Because again, I say this all the time, there's so many curves, but the curves are in like different angles and different positions. So like this curve, it's sloping downwards towards the wing, but it's also sloping forwards towards the wing. But again, I think that's what drew my attention to this, is just because it looks so sleek, and I just liked all the curves. Jonathan went through that issue before, had a can of tomatoes and beans, nothing else. So I basically, I don't obviously do a weekly shop. I shop. Sprue just flew off somewhere there. Yeah, I do a shop about at least 3-4 times a week, just because I get small amounts. Obviously, it'd probably work out cheaper if I did bulk buys, but again, I'd have nowhere to store anything. I mean, as it is, Eligoo contacted me about 2-3 days ago to ask if I wanted to have one of their latest printers, that 3D printer. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, you send me a printer and I'll obviously do a video on me using it and my first faults and all that. But again, my printers are in the kitchen, and there's not a lot of room in the kitchen, and I've got 3 printers already and a wash station. So I'm not sure where I'm going to be putting this 3D printer. But hey, you can't turn down free stuff. Well, I can't anyway. So it's like, yeah, send me the printer. More printers the merrier. Again, this is where I would love, if I had a workshop or even a house with a garage or anything like that, I would love it because, yeah, I'd have hundreds of printers. I'd have them all lined up. But yeah, so yes, I thought it's quite nice though that they want to send me their latest printer. Like, yeah, thank you. So don't buy it's a good server. Yeah, so I know I'm not on the server, but there are lots of lovely people on the server. It's a very active Discord. It's just not active by the guy who's meant to be running it. But there's loads of other guys that do run it, and they do a fantastic job. And yes, great place to share ideas, tips and tricks, and obviously what people are building. Obviously, so yeah, there's loads of photos on there, and yeah, it's worthwhile joining the server or Discord, whatever you call it. What's that? Develop edible, printable plastic food. Oh, if only, eh? I mean, that's the dream. I mean, the thing is, that's what's obviously all the like the futuristic Star Warsy spaceship sort of films. They all have dispensers that you just say what you want and it comes out. Because I used to like a program called Red Dwarf, and obviously on there, it's a similar thing. Typical like vending machine, but you just go up, say what you want, and it comes out. But I think the one on the Red Dwarf always had a few errors or problems. And I think you got soup more than anything else. But yeah, so I would love to have a proper sort of workshop. I'll say even a garage or a big shed. But we'll have to wait on that one. Right, so that's kind of what I wanted, and then so I just need to cut a panel that goes off at all kind of angles. I don't think that's going to be big enough. Which is a shame. So this, I don't know if you guys were here on Monday's stream, but another revelation I've had about sprue panels. When you roll these out, basically make a sprue panel, so you get the sprue goo, put on some greaseproof paper, get a roller, roll it out nice and thin. I'll roll mine out to be about 1 to 2 millimeters thick. In the cold, the acetone evaporates a lot quicker, and when it evaporates quicker, it causes shrinkage, which is why all the panels I did, these are about a week old now, yeah, as wrinkly as, well, as my forehead when I smile, basically. Yeah, so that's why this has come out super wrinkly. And this is a panel I did, well, probably back in the summer sometime. And as you can see, nice and smooth. I mean, this one has come out really, really smooth. No wrinkles. But this dried in, obviously during the summer, so it was warmer. So it's dried nice and smooth and flat. So if you want to make panels, and if you want to deliberately make them so they go all crinkly, because obviously that works well with certain kind of terrain, and say you're making a building and you want it to look like it's seen better days, then yeah, roll these out, leave them in a cold place. The acetone evaporates quicker, and you get a much more textured one. But if you want a nice smooth panel, then that's what I was going to do. I forgot to do it. I was going to roll some out, but leave them in the airing cupboard, just to prove that this is what I think it is. But again, that's what I think, because normally when you roll these out, say I rolled 10 panels, I'd get 7 panels that look nice, and 3 might be a bit iffy. Well, I rolled loads of panels out last week, and all of them have come out like, well, like a mess, and that's because it was cold. So yeah, smooth panels, leave them in the heat, dry slower. If you want rough panels, but yeah, if you build anything orc, then yeah, rough panels. So yeah, roll them out, leave them in the cold, and they just go, well, like a mess, basically. Anyway, I'm waffling on there. Let's get back to doing this. Well, that one, not going to be quite enough. I don't think I've got any that are going to span the whole of that area. Oh, that one's not too bad, actually. Yeah, that'll do. I can't have was saying that'll do donkey. I think it's because my kids watched Shrek the other day. And obviously Shrek goes, that'll do donkey. When they're crossing the old bridge of fire or whatever it is. You get that when you get something stuck in your head. You just can't shake it out. That seems to be stuck in my head at the moment. That'll do, donkey. Right. So if we trim that top bit. Wolfstone. We all get a bit of shrinkage when it's cold. But will it fly? It'll fly like a brick. Again, let's do good old eyeball, marky, and then cut. So I'm not. This is how bad. I'm not even going to draw a line between the two marks. I'm just going to go for it. It's going to wing it. It's the worst that could happen. Other than me chop the finger off. Oh, look at that. Who needs rulers and straight edges? Right, that bit's a little bit thick, so we'll chop that off. And there we go, look at that. So it's almost like I made that to measure. Kind of didn't, but it doesn't look too bad. Right, mess in the bin. No mess allowed on my table. Oh, wing it, indeed. Yes, wing it on the wing. Man, I'm feeling hungry, guys. And the problem is, obviously, you drink the Pepsi. Pepsi seems to make me hungrier. If that is such a thing. I mean, I eat well anyway. But yeah, I do get hungry. Right, is that going to be too much of a slope at the front? I think it is. This is just my brain thinking at the moment, guys. Again, because I want to try and get them to look symmetrical. Does seem a bit high. Right, we can cut that back because then I can just add bits in if I needed to. I think I'm going to chop a bit of that off as well, just in case it's too much. Oh, this is probably where the glue is going to stick it too well. Oh, there we go. That bit. Squizzle Wizard. Ah, I love that name. It's the Deep State Big Soda, making you hungry. What's that, Bob? Problem with Big Shed, or your one, is full of models. Hoarding is a problem. I must admit, yeah, I don't like getting rid of stuff. Like offcuts of wood or anything. I like to keep it because you never know. I mean, you kind of do, but you never know, so you keep stuff. Your mates recommend you can start a hobby shop. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Pepsi Wars. Pepsi is to food as lemonade is to water. One makes you hungry, the other makes you thirsty. Yeah. Obviously, it doesn't help the fact that obviously I've not eaten anything this morning. Again, I never normally have breakfast, but I do like to graze throughout the day. So I do occasionally eat like a normal meal, but yeah, I prefer smaller bits and the odd sandwich here or there, or even just like cooking up a bit of mince. Not making a big meal, but just having a bit of mince. Yeah, because my theory is if it takes longer to cook than to eat, then you're wasting your time. So you need to be able to cook something quick and eat it. Right, yeah, that's ready to glue. Ginger beer. Right. some on the front of this. Alright. Here we go. So I need 500 fingers to be able to keep everything down. Oh, has that moved? Right, Aisha, morning. You got to pop in and out. Ooh, madam. Put your left arm in, your left arm out, in, out. Shake it all about. Hope you're well, Aisha. Yeah, I started early this morning. I started about 8:30 because no school run. I was up, so I thought let's crack on, let's get going. But unfortunately, we're talking about food now because I'm getting rather hungry. Oh. Thing is stuck. Yeah, I'm getting rather hungry, and basically it's a shop day today, so I've got no food apart from some crisps, and I'm not fussed on crisps. But that's about all I've got in the house. I haven't got my digestive biscuits, which is what I would rather be eating right now. Right. Again, say the cold air really does affect things a lot, and in my case, the glue, rather than it drying in sort of like 5-10 seconds. It does seem to take a good 15-20 seconds now to dry, which is obviously always a problem, especially when it's your fingers that are sticking to it, or in this case, me gloves. Right. This is technically game legal. I would have thought so. The only downside is you can't physically put troops in this and get them out. And I could make a big hole at the back and you just shove everything in. And then when you get them out, you just tip the thing and they all just fall out. Yeah, because obviously this top compartment, you're not going to be able to lift up. I'm not going to make an area full of people. Because that'll just take so much time. Man, you're not sticking at all. Hold for a bit longer. You are. Yeah, it's morning, Aisha. I hope you're well. So you trying to sort things out on a different server or Discord you were saying last night? Make some toast with Vegemite. Oh, you're having a laugh. Yeah, don't like Vegemite. Don't like Marmite. Toast, I like peanut butter. Peanut butter on toast. Lovely. But say I finished off the last of the peanut butter last night, and well, so there's no bread either. I just had to spoon it out of the jar straight into my mouth. Get in my tummy. Having huge problems where you moderate. Get people sorted. Slap them. Why is this corner bit not sticking? Come on. Once you get stuck down, I can start doing some ooey gooey sprue stuff. Oh, I pushed it right down. Oh, it might actually work then. Two of them? That's only two. Kick them. Boot them. Just glue. I want to get on to the next bit, man. It's really weird because normally I've got the patience of a saint, and even like working on something that was really like mundane and boring, I could do it like 5 hours. But when glue doesn't stick within like 20 seconds, I get like, ugh. It's meant to be super glue. It's meant to be good. If I wanted a glue that took ages, I'd use Pritt Stick. Right, to be fair, so this is the one that I brought. This isn't the one that Steve sent me. So this is the one I brought. These are only about £3.25 for 50 grams, which in super glue terms is pretty cheap. Because normally you'd spend sort of £5-6 quid on one of those teeny tiny tubes. But obviously they are, like you touch it there and it'll stick straight away. But to go through one of those would just cost a fortune. So, yeah. These ones are, again, I'm a cheap and cheerful kind of guy, so I go for cheap and cheerful kind of stuff. And this is cheap and cheerful. If not infuriating sometimes when you want it to stick. It's still not sticking. Why are you not sticking? Alright, now I'm getting confused. Right. So this is where, if in doubt, this is where I pull out the big guns. UV resin and my little light. Love it. Obviously it's not, this isn't what it's really intended for, but it works really well because obviously you put a little bit on there, get your super duper little light and hold it there. Oh, 2 Discord servers. 1,000 people. Yeah, chuck them all. Chuck them all, start afresh. Yes, what I do, I need to get some glue activator spray. You are bang on the money. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So yeah, I still not really use the UV resin for its intended purpose, which is obviously you use it on, well, use it to like make waves and effects in like ponds, or even to make little ponds. I've still not used it for that. I've only ever used this as a kind of a glue, just because it is instant. So I use a little bit of that and then put loads of glue around it and on whatever I'm doing, just because I say that is instant stuff. Right, so this bit does kind of like angle down, so we'll, again, good old eyeball, we will do that and that, see how well that fits. Give it a bit of a bend. Squism Wizard. 2,000 points for this. Yeah, because it's 2,000 points, but that includes all the troops and bits and pieces inside, doesn't it? Look at that. Again, made the measure. There's no gaps there at all. It's perfect. Right, we'll give that a second or two to dry. Yeah. Yeah, it just kind of needs sprue glue over the whole thing. Oh, the angle bits. Might as well put the angle bits in now as well. Where was the? Oh, there it is. So again, using the bits that are left over. I think that one's going to be too small. Yeah, we'll use this one. Cool. Oh man, I'm hungry. 2,000 just for the Manta? Really? Blimey. That's ridiculous, that is then, isn't it? I mean, when this is fully laden with all the troops, I mean, them troops have got to be, what, another 1,000 or more, haven't they? That seems nuts. Just fill it with sprue glue. Awesome. Yeah, sprue goo for the win. See, I'm getting more and more people using this stuff now. So there's another channel that I can't remember the guy's name, popped up on my home page YouTube thingy, and the guy makes stuff with sprue goo. And I briefly caught a little bit of Bill making stuff's live stream last night. Basically, I was flicking through, quickly went onto his one, and he had a jar of sprue glue, or jar of sprues in acetone, waiting to turn into sprue glue. But unfortunately, I couldn't stay long because I was doing something else. But yeah, so even Bill making stuff, someone I thought would never use sprue glue, is using sprue glue. So yeah, go figure, eh? Everyone. By the end of this year, everyone's going to be using sprue glue. There's going to be channels just dedicated sprue glue only. Because it is such good stuff. Right. While that's drying, yes, I can fix that up a little bit over this side that I wanted. Yeah, see, some of this, again, so yeah, on your screen you can see it is like shiny, this bit here, where the light's sort of really hitting it. This bit is super smooth. It's nice. So that's basically how everything on this I want to be, as smooth as that. So again, that's why I keep saying that once this is all done, I'm going to go over the whole lot with sprue goo. Again, I'm going to obviously sand this thing, but I'm hoping if I can get the sprue goo on this, and it is as smooth as that, this won't really need much sanding. So I know I keep saying sometimes it's going to need a lot of sanding. That's because in my head I'm thinking, or I'm accepting I'm going to have to do a lot of sanding. But if I can get it all as smooth as that, then I won't have to. But I always like to think on the other side and think, well, I may have to do a lot of sanding. But yeah, that is super smooth. Right, and I'm waffling now because I'm getting hungry. Where's the time? 10. Yeah. I think this might go on to about 11. Depending on if I feel I'm wasting away. Which obviously I'm not. Plus, we'll see how we get on with the amount of sprue, because I haven't got a lot of sprue glue left. Because I made loads of these panels up last night, and the jar that's behind me that's got the sprues in from last night hasn't quite fully dissolved. Because they literally, it's about 11 o'clock, about half 11. Yeah, about half 11 I think I made the panels. So it's had about 8-9 hours. But again, I mean, because it's colder, it seems to take longer for the sprues to dissolve, but quicker for the acetone to evaporate once it's in the air. Which is quite bizarre, but worth knowing, I guess.
I think the good word of the sprue goo spreads to the masses. Yes, it certainly does. It does spread like wildfire. Right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to smooth that little bit out. Put that there. better. Yeah, so again, even that bit
that put on, again, it's lovely and smooth. The thing with the sprue goo is when you first put it on, it will go on lovely and smooth. The reason it gets wrinkly and messy is the more you start to push it and move it, because obviously the outside, straight away, the acetone's evaporating. So the acetone's evaporating, so it forms like a skin on the outside of sprue goo. And that's when, if you keep messing about, like keep prodding it and moving it, you then end up moving that skin around. And that's what kind of puts the wrinkles in it. So yeah, when you first put it on, you can get it super smooth. It's only if you keep touching it. So yeah, you have to put it on, smooth it quick, and then step back.
So yeah.
I need to take my own device and step back. How was I? Keep moving it around. Right.
Looking good. Jeremy Skaggs, I am napping.
Napping? Napping? Am I that boring? You're napping? Although I guess it's because I'm not really talking much and there's music going, and it must be the music that's going. Even I'm starting to feel a bit like, ooh, have a little sleep. Just close your eyes. Right, we'll give that time to sort of firm off and harden and that. Obviously you need to put more at the front and again a bit more on the top there. But I'll need to really wait for what I've just done to sort of firm up a little bit. But yeah, it's looking good and it's looking like the other side, which is the important bit. So cool. Right, oh, so this is where I would be eating some biscuits right now. Rightio. Ooh, have we been liking, guys? I keep forgetting to ask. Have you liked the video or the stream or whatever it is I'm doing? Just because old Mr. YouTube and his algorithms likes all that stuff, and obviously I like it because he likes it. Right. Yeah, so we'll leave that side. I can't really do much more of this bit because this is still well, drying, firming, acetone evaporating. So let's have a little look at the back and see what I can do in regards to the black. Right, I'm going to take these off. These are kind of cream crackered. So we'll throw them in the bin. We'll get rid of the rubbish. So the other plan I kind of wanted to do in today's one is, again, just finish off the back bit by blocking out. Again, just looking at my old reference pictures. Because obviously these come down a little bit lower than the wing, and then goes across. So again, this is where I'm kind of like making up how big I think it is by the pictures I'm looking at. Because none of these pictures I can actually sort of print out to scale, and because they're all obviously weird angles. So these bits I am kind of making up as I go. But obviously I'm kind of basing them on looking at the size of the thing, sort of what percentage that would be as a whole compared to the other bits. And so these are obviously the back of the thrusters, jets, whatever they want to be called. And it looks like they only go down about 20 mil, 15, 20 mil. So I reckon they only go down a little bit like that there. Quite big. Just trying to find a different reference picture. So that's the other problem. It's difficult finding decent looking pictures. Only because I said this the other time. Some pictures when they get put on YouTube, Google, or wherever I've been looking, the aspect ratio can be put out. So if the image is like squished, it can make obviously the thing look narrower but deeper. And some of the pictures I've got, I've looked at them, I've sort of built bits of this, then I've looked at a different picture, and it's like, oh, that one doesn't look as high or as wide. And so I think it's because some pictures have been compressed, I think some have been squished and some have been stretched. So yeah, it has been difficult trying to find good reference photos. Again, which is why this is going to be unique. It's not going to be exactly like the Forge World one. There are going to be a few discrepancies. So the only thing that's definitely going to be exactly the same is the width of this, the length and the height. Them three things are exactly how the Forge World one is. But some of these, like this engine bit I do now, so that just looks too deep, and yet it goes down a bit. But again, it's the angle I'm looking at it. It's tricky, man. It's tricky. Also, I always I get confused by the ones that just what they expect. Well, it's not what they're expecting, because the one that disliked straight away, as in I hadn't even started. I'd set it up, I'd gone on, obviously I clicked the like button, obviously, and yeah, I clicked the like button, and then within 10 seconds the dislike one came on, and then someone did a like. So again, they must be there must be a subscriber. But if it makes them laugh, then I'm happy with that, because I'm all about people being happy. So if someone disliking my video makes them happy, then I'm happy. If they want to dislike it to make me unhappy, that doesn't really work, because I'm always happy. So even a dislike button, if you want to dislike it, dislike it. It makes no odds to me. YouTube doesn't care. YouTube sees a dislike as, well, it just sees the likes and dislikes the same. It sees it as someone interacting with the channel. So yeah, YouTube's algorithms don't look at the dislikes and go, ooh, they've disliked it. They look at a dislike and go, oh, someone's interacted with his channel. So again, that's why it makes me laugh that, yeah, if people want to dislike it, I don't mind. Maybe I should do a video and ask everyone to dislike the video. Just to prove that point that YouTube doesn't favour or disfavour likes and dislikes. It just sees them all as interaction. Right, anyway, I'm waffling now. I was going to try and find another picture, because obviously I want to try and get the depth of this kind of right. Not enough cuddles when they were little. But it's funny because I've never disliked a video. I mean, I've watched loads, like everyone. I've watched thousands. And even if I watch a video and I think, oh, that's a bit naff, or it wasn't what I was expecting, normally you watch a little bit and then you just leave. So yeah, I don't understand why someone would want to dislike something, because again, it's not my nature. My nature is I'm very happy. Yeah, I'm just very happy. Again, oh, that's it. I was looking for a picture. See, again, this is the only problem. A lot of the shots I've got and pictures I've got are all from the front, rather like direct from the front or 45 degrees from the front. So the back, there's not much in the way of the. Oh, this one's in the back. There's not much. Oh, this one's quite good actually. There's not a lot on the back. This one doesn't seem too well. Again, this one's only really got the centre bit, because it shows the ramp coming down and the bottom hanger, but it has got a bit of the engine. Well, I say this one shows the engine having like two bits to it. Oh, pardon me. But again, this one looks like it's a I don't know, 3D printed, not 3D printed, but 3D made image, as opposed to it being a photo of one. Yeah, oh, is that back on? Ah, it is, yeah, there's the engine, there's like a big thruster at the top, and then a little thruster at the bottom. Oh man, that's confusing. So yes, it's going to go like this side's going to go down quite a lot, come along, and then go up, and then go in, and then up. Just when you thought it couldn't get any trickier. That looks a bit weird though. Yes, it almost shows this side literally going down to there, and the other side going down to where I had. But I say I want to try and get this as near to the Forge World one as I can. Yes, that looks more like the image. That height. But then, say the other side goes down more. Man, I wish I had more images. Yeah, I'm going to show the side view. Oh, side view is quite cool. Yeah, so whoever side this goes down, the other one almost goes down double. Well, almost. Man. Oh, again, this is what I need, brain food in the form of biscuits. Oh no, this is where I need one of you guys to live really near me and you could pop round. I mean, you could literally lob a packet of biscuits through my window because the window is literally just there behind the screen. Yeah, just lob a packet of McVitie's chocolate digestive through the window. Yeah, I think my brain's not working, not fully functional because I haven't got biscuits. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go down more, go down, come along, go up. Yeah. Right. Again, once I get it in my head and I can visualize it in my head what it looks like, then I can visualize what it looks like as like a skeleton to then build the framework and build the rest. But it's just getting that initial 3D image in my head, which I think I've got. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to go down that height, which is that. And I'm going to measure. Look away, I'm measuring. 4.5. Oh, I can hear the postie outside. So there's a fair chance they may ring my buzzer because I believe a box of sprues is turning up today. Cool. Aisha, I can't have birthday cakes, I can't have biscuits. Is it your birthday? Happy birthday, is it today? Happy birthday, Aisha. Is it today? Say it's today. Is it today? If it is Aisha's birthday today, I'm waiting for Aisha to say it is today. I will just say anyway. Everyone in chat, can you wish Aisha a happy birthday? I'll have cake for you then. If you can't have birthday cake, I will have your birthday cake. But if everyone can wish Aisha a happy birthday, that would be awesome. On Monday. Oh, Monday gone or Monday coming? It's very vague saying Monday. Yeah, happy birthday anyway, just in case I'm not streaming when it is your birthday. The 15th, oh, next Monday. Happy pre-birthday, or pre-happy birthday. Yeah, it's your birthday today now, that's right. Squism Wizard. I'll have to call, I might have to nick your name, Squism. When I play D&D, I might have to have a wizard and call it Squism Wizard, just because I do like that name. Again, it makes me laugh, makes me smile, and yeah, I like things that make me laugh and make me smile. Call it a birthday stream. KD, it was yours a few days ago. Well, happy belated birthday for you. And just in case anyone's interested, January the 11th is mine. Yeah, so maybe I should do a birthday stream on my birthday, and it can be a birthday stream for everyone who got birthdays. Well, anyone's got birthdays. I would say anyone's got a birthday in that year, but obviously everyone's got a birthday in that year because you have a birthday every year. Radio. What am I doing? We go along. It does kind of seem like it goes along to where the angle bit goes up. So that'd be quite handy. Go along to there. Obviously handy because this is going to fit perfectly. You're not the queen. You might be the queen. The queen in disguise. Again, good old eyeballing. Oh, maybe that wasn't the postie. 10, 20. Good old cheating, offering it up, marking it, and then cutting it. Yeah, happy birthday to everyone. Alright, so it does that and then it drops down about 15 millimeters. So I reckon about that much. Right, I'm kind of getting there. It's, again, because for some reason in my head I thought the back was just one sort of thrust a bit. It was not going to be nice and easy to do, but say because it has got a little drop down bit in it, it's just added a little extra little bit of work that I wasn't I hadn't had in my head prepared for. I think what I am going to do, guys, is get this little bit done and then call it quits on today. I would have liked to have got the other side done, but say initially in my head I thought I was just going to be doing a quick little box and then that would be it. there is this, obviously this little bit needs to be done, and then it needs to be finished off underneath as well. Yeah, so I'm waffling now, but yeah, there's quite a lot more to do here than I initially thought, basically. Yeah, this is the other issue. I'm not too sure how it ties in with the obviously the shape underneath now either. Well, again, looking at different pictures, one of them, this obviously got a thruster at the back. What's that? Move that out of the way. I can't see what I'm looking at. Oh, it's loads. Yeah, so this sort of thruster at the back, one picture it shows the gap being, well, the gap that I've made. On the other one it shows the gap coming all the way over here. So again, this is where it's really difficult working off so many different images, and all the images are a little bit different. Because the top one is definitely like that, but there's a bottom one, and it's how far across the bottom one sort of comes. Man, which one to go for? Right, don't need that picture. So yeah, that one does show it more over here. Yeah, I'm gonna. Right, there's two that show it further over. Ugh. Aisha, I might be. To be fair, if I had Biscuits here right now, I would stream longer. So yeah, it might be the Biscuits that's calling quits on the stream being so long. So that's why when I woke up, I thought I might as well start streaming sort of straight away, rather than wait till 9. I thought, yeah, I'm up. Let's stream. But yeah, I think the Biscuits situation. This isn't the bit. Yeah, the Biscuit situation is going to be calling the shots today, I think. Right, I'm going to go halfway because there's definitely two pictures that seem to show that bottom one being longer than I had done. Right, so we'll do that. Yeah, so I won't. Yeah, I can't stream tonight. Yeah, so it'll be tomorrow. I will come back on and do more tomorrow with Biscuits. As I say, because today is a food shop day. So yeah, I will have Biscuits for tomorrow. I thought that bit I did there does need to go all the way across as well, because it is like two separate sort of thrusters. Yeah, definitely more involved than I first thought this top bit, but never mind. So this is the good thing, is once one side's done, it then makes it easier for me for the other side, because I know exactly what it is I need to do. So that's why I think one side will always take longer than the other. Hiya, Lady Sophine. Well, this one will be up for sale. If you want one, you can buy this one. It's only a one-off. Yeah, it's a one-off, and there'll never be another one made out of sprues ever again. Well, not by me anyway. Right, there you go. Have a go at making sprue goo biscuits. Yeah. Well, I've got my burger sitting beside me. And that's, yeah, obviously that's making me hungry. Right, it's nearly ready. I'm going to trim this bit off. This should be ready to stick in. And I might be done. Yours would be a fraction of the price too. Yeah, I would have thought so. I like the look of this now. See you later, Jeremy. Cheers for being here, buddy. And a night to you. Cool. Yeah, so that's basically how the back bit is going to look. There's two kind of thrusters. So obviously I've got to do the same on the other side. And I say this, even this bit at the top here has a bit coming out, going down, and then goes in. And there's a few extra, it's quite a few little bits and pieces that kind of go on the back. Yeah, it's quite a few sort of extra bits and pieces really. But yeah, no, I'm pleased with what I've got done. So yeah. Yeah, so that bit there is just, obviously you can see how shiny it is on the screen, but it is like super smooth, and that bit there is pretty cool as well. So that's why, again, in my head I am imagining that I can get this really sort of sleek and smooth looking. Even though obviously at the moment parts of it do look like a dog's dinner, but eventually will be pretty cool. Plus, obviously, there's another bit at the bottom here that has, well, where the guns go, I think. So there's another sort of like drop down sort of box bit. So yeah, it's still quite a lot of sort of little boxy areas, basically. Yeah. Yes, I think what I might do, so I'm going to finish now, but what I might do tomorrow, I might make sure I've got plenty of biscuits. I've got school run in the morning, but then get the school run. Oh no. No, yeah, I won't be able to. I'm going somewhere tomorrow. Yeah, so no, I won't be able to live stream in the morning. No, it won't be until Friday. What am I doing Friday? I don't think I've got anything Friday. I think Friday, what I might do is do a long stream in the morning. Depending if I get any plans for the evening. If I don't get any plans Friday evening, I might do a live stream Friday evening as well. Just because, yeah, I forgot. I'm not live streaming tomorrow, guys. So, yes, I'm not going to get as much done as I was kind of first thought. Yeah, so I'll be streaming next on Friday. But depending on my plans, Friday might be, well, it might almost be a start in the morning, and I might just keep going. If I can get enough stuff ready, say, because Friday is a case of doing more boxes, so I need to make up some more sprue panels, which I can do tonight and tomorrow. And then make sure I've got plenty of sprue goo. Yeah, I'm going to check my diary because I don't, again, memory like a sieve. Unless I check, I kind of forget what I'm doing. Yeah, Friday I've got nothing in my diary. So guys, Friday I might rather do one just crazy long stream, start in the morning and then just keep going, or I might do 3-4 hours in the morning on Friday and then come back and do another stream evening, sort of like 7 in the evening for another 3 hours or whatever. Yeah, so I'm going to go now. So cheers for being there, guys, and say no stream tomorrow, but Friday could be a mega stream because I can get loads of bits ready tonight and tomorrow. I still really want to try and get this all done by the end of this week. Even if I can't get all the sprue all over it, if I can get basically every part of it made, I say there's lots of boxes and bits and pieces to do around there. If I can get them all made this week, then that'd be great. Because then on Monday, I can put sprue goo over the whole thing, leave it for 3-4 days, and then sand it. So yeah, right, I'm waffling again. I am gonna go. Otherwise, I'll just end up waffling, and yeah, a bit more waffle. So we'll do that one first. So guys, cheers for being here. Yeah, actually, that's what I thought the postman was going to deliver a second ago. I thought I heard the postman, so I thought his box would be here. But yeah, right, guys, thanks for being there. I've enjoyed it. I've had fun. And yeah, Friday, come back Friday. It could be a mega long stream or 2 fairly long streams. Anyway, that's it, guys. Have a great day, evening, night, morning, whatever it is you're doing. Take care. Love you all. Bye for now.